Why do so many average people end up building wealth while some of the smartest minds stay broke or stuck? It sounds backward, but the data, psychology, and real-world examples all reveal something surprising. Being smart isn't the golden ticket we once believed. So, let's break down 5 powerful reasons why less intelligent people often rise higher, and how you can use the same principles to get ahead. 1. The data that shocks everyone. A long-term Swedish study tracked nearly 60,000 men who took an intelligence test when joining the military. Over the next decade, researchers compared their test scores with their actual earnings. At first, higher intelligence did mean higher income, but only up to about $55,000 a year. After that point, the link between IQ and income disappeared. In fact, the top 1% of earners actually scored slightly lower on intelligence tests than their peers. So, what's happening here? At higher levels of success, raw intelligence matters less, and traits like risk-taking, persistence, and emotional control start to matter far more. 2. Stupid grit. The power of relentless persistence. Psychologists call it stupid grit. It's the ability to keep going long after logic tells you to stop. Think of climbers on Mount Everest, exhausted, freezing, and oxygen-deprived, yet many keep pushing for the summit when the rational choice would be to turn back. Now, that kind of obsession can be dangerous on a mountain, but in everyday life, a little stupid grit is exactly what gets people across the finish line. Most of us quit too early. We overanalyze small failures, switch strategies too soon, or convince ourselves it's not worth it. Meanwhile, the so-called dumb person just keeps showing up, sending another job application, investing another small amount, or volunteering for that boring work project no one else wants. Over time, that blind persistence compounds into real progress. 3. They take action. Instead of overthinking, smart people tend to plan endlessly. They want certainty before they act. But those who aren't paralyzed by fear, the ones who simply jump in, often win by default. While some are stuck researching, optimizing, and doubting, others are already learning through action. Sure, they make mistakes, but every mistake becomes a lesson. And in the long run, action beats perfection every single time. This doesn't mean you should quit your job tomorrow without a plan. It means if you've been waiting for the perfect moment to start something, you might already be years behind someone who just started messy. 4. Emotional intelligence beats raw. IQ studies show that intelligence explains only about 10% of business success, while emotional intelligence accounts for up to 90%. Emotional intelligence means knowing how to manage yourself and understand others. It's the awareness to ask for help when you're stuck, the control to stay calm under pressure, the motivation to keep pushing when results aren't immediate, and the empathy to connect with people who can open doors you didn't even know existed. This single trait, EQ, is often what separates leaders from followers and millionaires from dreamers. 5. They don't fear looking stupid. Many smart people are terrified of failure because their identity is tied to being intelligent. If they make a mistake, it feels like proof that they're not as smart as people think. So they avoid risk altogether. On the other hand, people who never relied on being the smartest in the room don't care how they look. They experiment freely, fail publicly, and try again. Look at Gary Dahl, the man behind the pet rock in the 1970s. It was a literal rock marketed as a low-maintenance pet. Everyone thought it was ridiculous, until he sold 1.5 million of them in 6 months and became a millionaire. Or Steve Gadlin, who started a website where people paid him to draw cats, badly. The idea was laughable, but it earned him over $300,000 and a deal with Mark Cuban on Shark Tank. The lesson? Let people laugh. Let them think your idea is dumb, because sometimes the stupid idea is just ahead of its time. 6. They don't chase prestige, they chase results. Many intelligent people waste years chasing prestige, fancy degrees, elite titles, and approval from others. But prestige is expensive. An Ivy League degree can cost nearly $70,000 a year, while a state university costs a fraction of that. Imagine investing that extra money instead into your first business, your first property, or a growing portfolio. That simple trade-off could change your entire financial future. Meanwhile, those who don't care about looking impressive focus on what actually matters: value, demand, and results. They build practical skills, work on real problems, and quietly grow wealthy while others are busy polishing their resumes. Conclusion: in the end, success isn't reserved for the smartest. It's earned by those who move, risk, adapt, and persist. A bit of grit, emotional intelligence, and the courage to look foolish can outwork even the highest IQ in the room, because intelligence might open the first door, but it's consistency, courage, and action that keep you walking through the rest. If this hit home, like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because the next lesson could be the one that changes everything for you.